Boman Rustom Irani, the chairman as well as managing director at Keystone Realtors, who joins us on the show. Hi, Boman. Good day, and always good to see you in. Well, before we get to the numbers, tell us first, how is demand on ground? Is it as rock solid as ever? From a stock market perspective, like your stock, all the other real estate stocks as well, they seem to have lost their way a little bit. But that's about share price. What about demand on ground? Good enough?
Hey, Nigel, it's always good to be on your show. I just want to tell you that demand is very good as of right now. Even numbers of January, if they are seen in terms of registration, you will realize that the sales are as they were, as strong as they were in the past quarter. The 12,000, registrations have taken place. We don't see any reason for this to slow down. As a matter of fact, the budget which has come is going to definitely make sure that, the realty business gets a further fillip and people are able to kind of invest in the homes that they desire. So we are looking forward to a great financial year ahead. And I think for this year as well, we are doing extremely well. As a matter of fact, we closed this quarter at 863 crores in terms of pre-sales. And, I'd like to say this, that as of last year, the entire pre-sales that we had done, we've come in kissing distance of that already in the 9 months that we have kind of closed so far.
Okay, good to hear.
Already completed 5 launches as per our guidance.
Okay. Yes, please go ahead. We lost you for a bit.
Sorry about that. I said we've done 5 launches as per our guidance. We had said we do 8 launches this year, and you should see about 3 launches coming up in this quarter. And like I've told you in the past, Nigel, we are a company that generally watches a lot of data or digests a lot of data before making any launches. Our Dombivli launch, which is going to come up, is perfectly timed because the markets are going to give a big, high to the affordable housing space, or that which is considered in Mumbai as the affordable housing space. And Dombivli is a great market for us, and we're looking forward to that as well.
Okay, all right. So 5 launches done, 3 to go. Sounding confident with regard to demand. Give us a pre-sales number then. It appears mathematically at least that 3,000 crores is well and truly on. Can you all do better than that for FY25 as well as FY26? What kind of a number should we be looking at in pre-sales?
So, Nigel, like I've always said in the past, we believe in a sustainable and a steady growth. And we are well on our way to keep clocking a 25% increase year-on-year basis. And I think this year also we will delight our investors by crossing our target or our guidance target that was given, which was of 3,000 crores, because we are already at 2174 as per the 9-month results that we have released. And like I told you, we are having 3 new launches coming up in this quarter. All 3 great projects, and we expect to see great buyer demand, by which we should be able to cross the pre-sale numbers very comfortably and actually delight our investors. Like I've told you, the projects are all in Mumbai and MMR region, and we've always been a local player, and we've seen a great amount of traction coming towards us.
Okay, all right. What about the redevelopment market? That's an area as well that you all have been focusing on. As a percentage of your mix, what is it? And is it getting competitive? In various areas, you see a lot of redevelopment going on. Tell us your take on that.
Let me tell you, Nigel, when I got into redevelopment, the question people had was, is redevelopment tenable, or can people continue with redevelopment? The very fact that so many developers have gotten into this space shows that, it validates our point of view that redevelopment is definitely something that Mumbai needs. We have been at the forefront of it. As a matter of fact, the 19 projects that we've clocked in our BD ever since we've gone public, 16 are in the redevelopment space. So just to give you an idea, we are at about 16,000 crores of BD and plus, and of that, I would say about 13,000 crores approximately is what is there in the redevelopment space itself. And I think this is going to be something that will continue to grow. Mumbai needs to develop a lot more, or redevelop a lot more. And given the infrastructure boost that is taking place, I think newer areas like Sobo will start growing in terms of the redevelopment out there. And we are already in that space, and we are looking forward to, establish a leadership in that market as well.
Okay, all right. Final question, Boman, before we let you go. I'm looking at your shareholding. It's a very tightly held company. You have 78%. That's a promoter entity. Institutions are in there as well. And more than 90, 96, 98%, I think, is held by a very few entities. But the stock price has come up from around 800 rupees to around 520 rupees odd. Any of these institutions have been selling? I mean, what does your team tell you all about it?
As per my last Ben post, I don't think there is much of a sale taking place from the institutions. As a matter of fact, the entire markets are getting, in a way, washed out. And we are hopeful that our Honorable Prime Minister's trip to the US will yield a little bit of a stopper to this downslide, if not a further, back to the original rates as such. But all I can do is control what I control, and our business is doing extremely well, and I continue to focus on making sure the business does well. Everything else is, of course, the markets have to rule.
Okay, all right, Boman, we just thought we'll ask you about that because, as you said, business is looking up, stock price has come down, but no large institutions have been selling. So we take your point on that as well. Thanks a lot for joining in and filling us in with all of those details with regard to the trajectory of business going ahead. By the way, but as we